Okay, I saw that like the second and third video. I kept wondering why you kept asking me for them, and it was because I don't know, they were like chopped up. I don't know. So I'm gonna film again because I don't know. So I guess where I like left off, I'll just pick up wherever. What role does religion play? And how we view our women, and it plays a pretty big role considering, you know, back then women weren't allowed to do a lot of things that men could, and they were always thought of less than equal. You know, and it's just, you know, it just goes back to way back when you think that the Catholic Church, you know, ruled such a broad spectrum of, I want to say like the world, you know, or just, you know, in Europe, and you know, women couldn't be priests. There's just so many things that they couldn't do, and that has, you know, just kind of carried over. And even to this day, you know, there are things, you know, in the church that women, you know, aren't allowed to do, and it kind of just says, okay, men, you know, you're at a higher level than women, and that's kind of the way that I see it. Can we stop using derogatory marks? I know that's how can we stop using. I don't know if we can stop using them. It's kind of like one of those things that you pretty much assume is going to always be there. It's like, you know, like you just assume that racism, you know, no matter how much, you know, it gets better, it's going to always be there in life. I think derogatory marks is going to, you know, always be there, and it's probably worse than racism on a certain level, just because, think about it, everybody calls women like bitches and stuff, you know, but it's like it's so commonplace. Now there is that, you know, whole level of disrespect, and women, you know, kind of have to say, you know, I'm not going to take this, you know, going back to, you know, what I was saying about, you know, women in the club, and they dance so much to songs where they're, you know, called bitches and hoes and sluts, you know, so it's just like, it probably won't stop, but it can get better. But, you know, as much as it'll take men to make it better, it'll take women also. Hester Prynne, who is she, or do I know who she is? I remember her from like way back when I read Scarlet Letter, like way back when. This is like ninth or 10th grade. So I do remember who she is. Who is she to me? My memory is so vague on her. It's like, but I think who she is to me, I think she kind of like represented, you know, the woman of today, but it was like back then, but like women of today, you know, I think she like, didn't she commit adultery? She thought her husband was dead or whatever, and it's like, oh my gosh, she has sex and has a baby, and who's the baby daddy? Oh look, that's like Mari. So, you know, who she is to me personally is like, she's no one to me personally, but she kind of like represents the woman of today, or, you know, she kind of makes it more acceptable for women of today to not be promiscuous. I don't want to use that word, but to be more open in their sexuality. And funny, the next question, what is sexuality to me? Well, sexuality to me is pretty much the way that you express yourself sexually. It could be, you know, a number of ways, but it's pretty much, to me, the basic, you know, a definition to me is how you express yourself sexually, and, you know, how you tend to convey your feelings and who you are, you know, sexually and all of that. Does it differ for men and women? It definitely differs for men and women. Women are more free, I think, to be sexual than men are. Men are kind of like confined to, you know, like this manly view of sexuality, and if you're not that, then you're gay. Whereas women, you know, like a woman can see like her woman friend and give her a hug, and, you know, and they can embrace each other, and it's fine. But a man does that, it's gay. You know, so it does differ, you know, there are different, you know, views on that and sexuality between a man and a woman. I mean, because if I saw a man, you know, and like another man embrace, I'm saying that they're gay, you know, in my head. I'm not going to probably say it out loud. I'm saying in my head, like, you know, those people are kind of like homosexual, pause. So Um, why do people use derogatory remarks? It's pretty much because, you know, like, you just become accustomed to doing it. When you first start doing it, it's because you're hearing a song, or you hear your family say it, or, you know, someone, your friends are saying it, and it just kind of goes along, and it becomes, you know, you just become like accustomed to it. It's kind of like a level of disrespect. Sometimes it's not intentional, you know, but pretty much why you use it is just because it's part of your everyday language. You know, you wouldn't hear a priest, you know, hopefully just out of nowhere call a woman a bitch, you know, but you know, like among your friends or whatever, you know, you're gonna call a girl a slut or a hoe, or, you know, or even a ratchet. You know, like, you're gonna call girls these names, and it's just part of your everyday language. And pretty soon it comes to the point where to you it's not disrespect, but it's just a word. And I don't know if that's the line that, you know, like, of no return, like when it becomes not disrespectful but just a word, kind of like the N-word. Yeah. My experiences with women, slutty versus good girls. Wow. I definitely had experiences with both. You could say the experiences with the slutty women have been more entertaining than the good girls, but it's like every guy, you know, wants a good girl, and you get past that stage of just wanting to mess with a slutty girl. You know, the slutty girl, you know, is more fun at that moment, at that time, you know, but pretty much, you know, in the future, you're going to want that girl that's a good girl, that's not giving it out to every guy. But if you're that guy that night and the girl's hot, I mean, you're going to try to hit. That's kind of like the way that it is. I mean, now, some good girls aren't good girls. Like, because I have the theory that, you know, no girl is truly a good girl. Most girls are good girls. Okay, you have like the good girls and the slutty girls, and then there's little, like, you know, little circles, and there's a space in between where you have, you know, the good girls, the skies, the slutty girls. And that's the girl that you want to find. The girl that, you know, is pretty much, as they say, she's a lady in the streets, but a freak in the seats. I mean, hey, and once you have achieved that, then you got like the best of both worlds. I mean, I don't know if there's like, it is the best of both worlds, but, you know, you definitely get tired of messing with girls that are dirty and whatnot, just, you know, so yeah. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully this is, you know, this video works out and everything, and I appreciate you asking me to be in it. I'm sorry, like, so many complications and all this stuff, and I know it's been so crazy trying to get me to upload the videos and blah blah blah, and it's just been crazy, I know. So I apologize for all of that, but I hope that the documentary goes very well. You know, from what I've seen you write and everything else, you look to be very talented. So it definitely will be a joy to watch. Know that I was kind of like a part of it, and pretty much good luck. And, you know, that's pretty much it. All the way from St. Louis, Missouri, you know, all the way down there to Florida. So I hate you because you're in Florida and I'm here stuck in St. Louis. But that's it. So I'm gonna go eat some noodles, and good luck.